Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Saul for Blade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Out of Ore. So, in this episode, we're going to do some, we're going to do a lot of mining. In a mining game. Can you imagine that? No, we're really going to hit it hard with the pickaxe and make ourselves a bit of money. In the last episode, I think I started off the episode by plugging a new YouTube channel I found that's dedicated around this particular game. His name is Hockmed Gaming, Hockmed Gaming. Small channel, only less than 1,000 subs. Definitely a talented YouTuber as far as I'm concerned. He should have more than 1,000 subs, and you should go check him out if you're interested in this game. And my content is not enough for you. But anyway, let's stumble our butts down here and get to smacking some rocks and see if we can't get ourselves a fair bit of money. And what are we going to use that fair bit of money on? Well, to develop a little bit of town around our area here. And with that town, we're going to do great things. Like, I don't know, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Yeah, let's go back to first person, and here we go. It seems like our coal is starting to run out. Could that be a blessing in disguise? Because it seems to be leading to pay dirt, which might just be a better resource altogether, as it's gold, right? So we're just gonna whack ourselves up some of this stuff and things. Oh, yeah, that's also what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to get some more wood being processed into more of these supports for the mine. As I have a feeling we're gonna need to put in more supports today, as I plan to go a little bit deeper with this here mine. Which means I'm going to want to reinforce it, as we do not want to have a cave-in. No, we do not want to be trapped underground. Now, I'm not saying that that's a thing in game. I'm just saying, for roleplay purposes, we don't want to get ourselves trapped underground. Alright, so yeah, I really did want to spend most of my time in this episode underground. However, I do need the mine supports, so let's get to chopping some trees. Everyone's like, boo, not more tree chopping in a mining game. Yep, more tree chopping in a mining game. Actually, that's part of why I like this mining game, is that there's far more to it than what meets the eye. That's great. In fact, I'm loving the fact that I'm so far pulling off a no vehicle challenge inside of said mining game that seems to be very focused on heavy equipment. In fact, I think that this particular mining game could do much to add more content that revolves around not having to rely on heavy equipment. Let's get some more panning gold. Let's get some more old-fashioned mining that people do by hand into this game. I think that would be excellent. And also, let's bridge the gap between mining by hand and machinery. So there is a ton of heavy equipment in this game. And what do I mean? I mean heavy equipment. This game doesn't seem to know what the lighter type of equipment is, like a backhoe or a tractor. You know, there are definitely some lighter weight machinery that could be added into this game for cheaper, that could bridge the gap between using your hand with hand tools and not. Like a little bulldozer, like a John Deere. What was the little John Deere cat called? I forget. Anyway, there's smaller equipment that this game could add to it, and I think it would be great. I would like to see some small backhoes, some small front end related tractor doohickeys like you have in Farming Simulator. Yeah, you know, little backhoes that have a smaller bucket on them, so on and so forth. I think that this game could use with more lightweight equipment. For a person like me who is maybe interested in a somewhat different style of mining experience, maybe he's role-playing. And I think this game is great for role-play purposes. So, yeah, some more lightweight machineries, smaller stuff to bridge the gap between what's currently in the game. Like, I think the current cheapest thing you can buy is a front end loader that, in my opinion, looks pretty darn large. I mean, if I was I don't know, going into this type of a business as kind of a hobbyist, that would be too big for me. I would want something, you know, a little bit smaller, well, quite a bit smaller than that heavy piece of equipment that's definitely geared more towards a giant mining operation. We're talking about people who just strip the earth bare of nothing but nothing, and that is obviously where this game is trying to go towards, right? They want to appeal to the guys that just want to dig a big hole in the ground, but I think that there's more to this game than guys that just want to dig a big hole in the ground. And I think that's part of what makes this game great, is that there is the potential for it to be more than just digging a big hole in the ground. And so yes, if devs ever see this, I want more smaller equipment, please. And while you're at it, give us more decorations. I noticed that there's a decoration DLC for the mine, and I think I'm definitely going to be getting that for this game, but we need more of that type of thing. I noticed that there's no bed in that decoration DLC. Give us more decorations. I need a bed to lay down and rest my weary head. In fact, I'd like to be able to sleep through the night, to fast forward time in a bed. That would be a great gameplay mechanic feature, so I don't have to be dealing with with time. And on the process of time, I heard that if you press the M key for the map, you can see the time. Look at that, 21:36. It is 9:36 in the evening. So it is going towards nighttime, which it seems like it's been in nighttime or going towards nighttime for some time now. This is Scandinavia, so we are upwards towards the pole. Maybe day and night cycles are a little wonky here, but I haven't exactly seen a lot of brightness since I started this game. And I think that's because I just don't understand how to properly set up the time. It says something about 1:1, and I think 1:1 means it's a very, very slow process. In fact, if I go back here, yeah, the time hasn't moved much, has it? Where am I? Ah, that's where I am. So, another benefit of having a big old tower on a hill helps you from getting lost. You can scan the horizon to figure out where home's at. Seeing as I don't see our house, am I on the other side of the hill from the tower? Could be. And you know, if we have an axe, how about a chainsaw? How about a way to clear the little brush? Currently, clearing the little brush is a pain in the neck in this game. If I have to be honest. We got weather going on. Yeah, I want a fireplace. Give me an old-fashioned fire in my house that I can throw some logs in and cozy up to. Maybe roast some marshmallows on. That would be cool. Yeah, I want this, I guess, to be more towards a life sim. Give me food and water. Give me sleep. Food, water, sleep, more furniture, better building, more small vehicular stuff to bridge the gap between a person who's setting out to mine with a pickaxe, like I've been doing, and someone who's, you know, moving up from mining with a pickaxe in a more logical way that a small single-man operation would do with a tiny backhoe or a small front end loader type thing, a little bobcat. Yeah, I want some small equipment. Maybe a four-wheeler for getting around and helping you to explore. Yeah, more utilitarian type stuff. A tractor, an old tractor, like an old Alice B. Chalmers, bought used for a couple $1,000, that I could then haul I don't know, a tipping wagon, like you would have as a farmer, that maybe I could load some ore into and haul it somewhere, or I could load logs onto. Maybe the fact that a person shouldn't be able to carry an entire forest in his backpack might be a thing too. Granted, I kind of like that I can carry a whole forest in my backpack. At the same time, I often wonder, how is it that I can carry a whole forest in my backpack? So devs, if you ever watch this, which you probably won't, these are some of the things that I'm craving in your game. I am enjoying your game immensely, but I think your game has upward potential that revolves around broadening the scope of the game. And I know that might not appeal to some of the people watching this for the dig a big damn hole in the ground portion of the game, and that they might be like, screw that, give me better, bigger equipment, and focus on giving me bigger, better, badder equipment. No, give me smaller equipment, man. Give me more utilitarian stuff. Give me more decorations. These are the things I'd like to see. Alright, wood beams. Bunch of them. 72. That. Alright, that should get our wood percolating like it's a cup of java. I've been promoted. I'm now a pipe fitter tier 2. Alright, we're gonna dig along this cave wall here and get them prepped for more reinforcement. In fact, what I think I'm going to do here with this mine is it's going to generate a little town around it. We're going to use this as the source of our income for creating a focal point of the map, a town, like I see other YouTubers like Ahmed utilizing. And we're going to set ourselves up the infrastructure for a season 2 of this game. So I'm going to use season 1 to slow mine by hand the required income and stuff I need to set up a little town here. At some point I will lift the vehicle restriction, and we'll get some infrastructure set up here, some roads, a general store, a sale point for ores and stuff, and we're going to get things in place here for a future season. And then we are going to invest our resources, our money that we've earned, into something really expensive, and then we're going to park that somewhere and we're going to never touch it again. We're going to figure out a way to basically get rid of our money, and then we're going to exile ourselves away from the town that we've created and force ourselves to then utilize the town as a location where we then have to take stuff to sell. Instead of selling stuff magically in my inventory, we're going to be forced to come to the town itself to sell at the general store and the other things that we stick into the town, basically. Like if we can build a power plant that runs off of coal, then we have to go to the power plant to sell coal, for instance. Which I know is a thing. I've seen it in Ahmed's game, and we're gonna set that up here. We're gonna set up the ability for our game to get even harder in the future. So right now, the ultimate limitation to us is this: we're doing it by hand approach, and that is to set up the town here to allow us to then go forth into the countryside and lift the restrictions from the vehicle restrictions and give us a new type of restrictions where it's more involved in logistical. I have to deliver stuff and move stuff around the map, and I think that'll be fun. In fact, I think that'll be great. I'm jealous of what Ahmed has going on in his games. He's implemented some really cool stuff, and I kind of want to do that in mine. But he's got some mods and he's edited some files and stuff to accomplish that. I'm gonna try to do that here without in a more simple manner, without having to resort to file editing and or mods, question mark. So, but yeah, I guess we're gonna use this season 1 mine by hand challenge to create a little town here to set things up for a season 2 of the game, where we will actually start using vehicles, but we will be exiled from the town that we so diligently have worked our sweat and brow off to create. Yeah, so season 1, we're mining by hand to create a town here around this watchtower and our house. So yeah, that's where this is gonna head towards. I think this is a game that's great narrative-wise for creating your story, and that's the story we've got going on here. We're creating a little village, if you will, here in the middle of nowhere, and at some point we're either gonna sell this village, or it's going to get taken away from us by the government, or something's gonna happen, and we're gonna lose access to this stuff that we've worked so hard to bring into the world. All right, we're coming along. I really kind of want more. More of these. Alright, well, we'll start on those, and then do that. Down into our hole. I do want to get a bit deeper with this hole. I've got visions of a deep staircase leading down into the pits of the deep abyss here. And that is also because I discovered that there's stairs in this game. And I don't know if I can craft them. In fact, I need to look into, can I craft that metal stuff? Which might be through other workbenches that I haven't unlocked. And if so, what's it going to take to craft something like the stairs that I can evidently purchase? If needs must, I will purchase the stairs. I will do it. But if I can craft them, that would be all the much better. However, in order to craft them, I'm certainly going to need some workbenches. That's going to require monetary funds. So right now, we need to work our butts off to acquire more monetary funds, as the 93,000 we have right now, it's not our money. Our money is everything above 100,000, because we started the game with 100,000. And what did we start our game with? We started our game with our what will I call it? Not a family inheritance as much as a family what would be a fund that a family has to rely on that would be passed on from father to son? Maybe a trust? A family trust? Is that such a thing? And is a trust what I'm describing? I have no idea. But yeah, that 100,000 is something that was passed on from my grandpa to my father, to myself, and it's, while I can tap into it from time to time, I need to replenish it. It's not really my money per se, it's my children's money, maybe even my brother's money, maybe my cousin's money. Who knows who all has access to this? But it's family money that's not really mine. But I've tapped into it to the tune of about $6,000 to $7,000 right now. But I'm going to pay it back. So basically, what I'm saying is that I started the game with 100,000. And as for a roleplay situation, that money's not mine. So I need to be diligent making my own cash beyond 100,000 so that I can start to do all these things I'm talking about, that I'm dreaming of doing here in this new little village that's going to pop up here. So that's the narrative, and I'm sticking to it. Let's run up and see if we can't get ourselves a hold of some more. Those will have to do for now. Right, I'm already starting to feel safer-ish. Alright, we've got quite the hole in the ground forming. We're gonna wait for one more, and we'll put 12 in this. Pull this down. That should use all of that. Right, so 12 of those are now queued up. We're just going to keep mining kind of the central area here, as it feels like the safe location to mine at right now. This wall is getting pretty big. I seem to be having some problems moving. We have been promoted. Yeah, yep. I'm starting to worry about that cave-in. We're weakening out the sides there. We need to put more reinforcements in. Problem is we just can't make the reinforcements fast enough. We mine faster than the reinforcements are made. The wood shop is not quick enough to keep up with the mining shop. All right. Can we check for some quests? Iron, aluminum, gravel, silicon, lithium. Oh, we've got a coal mission up here. That's a lot of coal. 9,000 coal. I don't see us mining 9,000 coal by hand, but it gives us some purpose, something to aim for. So let's take it. Yeah, I feel like we've outmined our support structures. what is the time here? 22:21. Yeah, time is not going very fast at all, and it's only going to get darker before it gets lighter. Alright, so about half of this mine entrance is not pay dirt, it's dirt, and the other half is pay dirt. I feel like right now we're going to have to rely on some of this pay dirt to give ourselves an injection of cash so that we can afford the next steps of this process. I need to start manufacturing stairs for going down here. I want to have a nice, neat, tidy, and organized mine entrance here that involves a staircase going down. We're gonna widen out the hole. Alright. We need more supports in the mine. we are going to run this pay dirt. So if we go to here, put this here, and hit consume, then we just need to turn everything on. This on? Yeah. This should get us a nice chunk of money. Okay, now let's... I think it's done, right? Yeah, we should be able to turn it all off now. Right, and this ore goes into this thing. And silicon probably too. With what, 60? Pull that down, and then pull that down. And then into the wash plant. We can take the diamond and the ruby. Go with what, say 22. Pull the ruby down, and then the diamond down. That'll get watching that. And when all that's done, we should have ourselves a nice little payday. In the meantime, we need as many of these as we can build. Which we can't build that many. So I think it's time to kill some more trees. There's a tree in here somewhere. been promoted. We're a hard-working man. Boy, we are quite the beaver. Alright, back to home we arrive. Start getting this turning into wood beams. We'll take these wood blocks. Okay, we've got rubies to sell, diamonds to sell. Actually, we got a couple more still coming. We've got silicon ore and gold ore. I think we're going to hold on to the silicon ore. I have a feeling it might be used for something. Crafting wise. I have no idea, but it seems like it could be. It's at least what my spidey senses are saying. Alright, so this will be the payday here. Should be a decent chunk of money, I'm hoping. We'll find out. $8,000, $2,000, $4,000. So we're back. We're 9,000 to the good. Once more. And we have some supports to reinforce the mine. Mine is feeling safer-ish once again. Alright, the question is, how expensive would it be to buy stairs compared to, is there a way to make it? So building. Placeable structures, steel stairs. 2,500. They're fairly expensive, aren't they? Concrete ramps. Okay, and if we went to equipment, no. Buildings, workbenches. Used for precision cutting and crafting steel structures and components. We don't have the money for whatever this is. And I don't even know how to go about making steel components. What goes into that process? Are we gonna buy steel stairs? They're expensive. I wish there was wood stairs. Why is there no wood stairs? Right, building, steel. Alright, let's see how we can fit it in here. Do we want to snap it alongside of our... You know, that makes sense in my mind. Yeah, we're gonna do that. we're gonna get a second set. Another. So our 9,000 is gonna get spent on steel stairs for the mine. We're we're not making a lot of money positive if we're going backwards, spending it as fast as we make it. But we're gonna do it. And you're gonna go right alongside that one, just like that. I would like 1 and 2, please. Alright, we're gonna need 2 more, I believe. Excellent. Back to mining. Back to digging a big flippin' hole in the ground. This whole damn wall is pay dirt. Our coal seam is starting to dry up. All the parts we can reach anyway. There's still a considerable amount of coal on the other side of our support beams. You know what this small little town we're gonna build needs? It's a prison. Yeah, we need to get a chain gang down here. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. Yeah, I can see it now. Free labor. Call me Warden. Feel like the end of our mine is getting more and more dangerous all the time. Alright, our hole needs some work. Needs more stairs, more reinforcements. It's getting deep. Hopefully this little bit of pay dirt can pay for the 2 more stairs we need to put in. Okay, and we need a bunch of these. Okay, I believe we're done. Yep. Ruby, diamond, gold, and silicon. Got a little bit of pay dirt along here that we want to make sure that we get a hold of. And that normal dirt isn't so important. gold, silicon, rubies, and diamonds. A little bit of money to make. It's not going to be a lot. So 2 steps forward to take 3 steps forward to take 2 steps back. So we're going to spend about $5,000 on stairs now. Those stairs are a little bit on the expensive side for what we're doing. We need wooden stairs. But you can't put a price on safety, right? Safety first. Building, steel, 1, 2. All right, there we are. So each set of stairs kind of makes our mine smaller. We've been promoted. Woohoo! So I'm having an idea here. Thinking about opening up a parallel vein, or parallel mine. That way I can use half of my current infrastructure here to be one side of the retaining wall. That'd be a smart idea. Possibly. Should we just go through this way? No. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's a bad idea. Because we want to start up higher. Is that too high? Might be too high. Alright, we're digging up a bunch of dirt here. We're like right next door. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get into something. There's some coal ahead of us. how far over do we have to dig to reach that exactly? Alright, if we jump up here. I think that's the top there. Um, 2333, but yet, I don't know, it feels lighter right now. I don't know how this time works. Maybe it's moonlight. And I'd like to get some of those. So the second mine shaft is to help us collect more coal and to use less resources reinforcing the mine. I don't know if it's going to work out. We'll see. Right. I think that side's ready to be reinforced. There we go. There we go. Got a lot of wonderful coal over on this side. We at the end of the line? I think we are. A lot of coal here. Alright, I think this is probably a good spot to think about wrapping up this episode. So we have definitely mined a fair bit of coal today by hand. We're coming up on 7,000. And with this new mine here, I think we have a shot of pulling off the contract that we took, which is about, it's 9,000 plus coal needed to fill that, which is a lot of coal by hand. Oh Nelly. However, when and if we do actually fill that, we're gonna have a nice little chunk of change coming our way. And we may consider getting our first vehicular, our first vehicle once we accomplish this coal mission. I feel like, how do I put it? We have accomplished a lot by hand. It is time to unlock the power of machinery. So we're going to get the cheapest front end loader. And yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to use that. We're not going to have a truck to dump it in. So I think we're going to literally be like dumping scoops like directly into the hopper of the yeah, like right into the hopper, which should be interesting. And we're gonna, I suppose, try to make some roads and set up the buildings. I don't know if we're gonna have money for all of these things, but we're going to try to do all of that in the next upcoming episode, when I believe we will finish up this coal extravaganza. Yeah, lots of coal to mine. Tons of it. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Softplay. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, all peace.